A lot of people that come to me are frustrated because they want to get it. They want to know who they truly are and walk in the world as who they truly are. And I get it, because that's what I did. But the common thing is that their attention goes out into the world seeking. So they're seeking for something. They're looking out. They're trying to get something. And they already are that. So they're looking for themselves. Can we see how looking out is not going to find who you are? Because you're looking away from yourself to find yourself. So it actually doesn't make sense. It's just how the mind works. So we're searching everywhere for ourselves. And it makes sense to bring that search in, to rest back and allow who you are to just be. Because you're adopting the mind-made self and searching for who you are. When if you let go, drop the search, open up to who you already are, and just allow. Being in a state of allowing. This isn't too windy. It's being in the state of allowing. So it's opening up awareness instead of closing it down and focusing on a minute place and searching. It's like a torch. You're searching everywhere with a torch, with a pinhole, with a tiny, tiny little dot, looking. When it's the opening up to the totality of everything. It's the resting back, the allowing. It's the best word I've got, really. So you're looking for who you are, so you allow yourself to be. You allow yourself to rest. You allow yourself to open up to the possibility that you already are who you are. So it's the resting back, the opening up, the dropping down to the back of the body, to the seat of the body. And it's in that opening up that you realize who you already are, your true self. We just adopt mind-made person searching in the world if our attention goes out. So it's a turning in. It's bringing the attention back into the body, into even the mind. If you want to use the mind, that's fine, because you're searching with the mind. So let's use the mind and turn the mind inwards. Turn the mind inwards. Open up the focus. Narrow focus, open focus. Dropping into the body. Expanding out. There's a contracted, expanded. Searching, allowing. Looking. You just are. Connecting to the breath, dropping into the body, and just being with what is there now. What's already there now? What's the closest thing to you? I think right at the end for me, I was like, what's the closest thing to me? What's already here? What's this? What's the closest thing? It was almost like a sticky note on my face. It was like, hold on, there's something here. So it's the turning in. I can't emphasize that enough. It's a turning in. Because if you're looking for who you are, you won't find it out there. And everybody says that. All those videos, you already are it. We've just identified with that body-mind searching, with that mechanism of getting something. I'm not quite there yet. All of that is seeking. I'm not saying it's not valid, but there comes a point where you just have to be sick of searching and just rest back, just stay with this. I know I always talk about the present moment, but it literally is. It's always going to be now. We're searching for something else in the future out there, and you already are it. So it's here, it's now, it's just this. It's just your present moment awareness. Just this open sea of awareness that who you already are, who everybody is. Just your natural state of being. Right here, right now. Just this. It's a dropping of the mind-made self. Even just for 2 minutes, just try it. Just let go of searching. There's nothing to get from this video. There's absolutely nothing to get. It's just to allow what's already there now to be. You know, there's no sense of a person. There's no sense of a doer. There's no sense of something to do. As soon as there's a push and pull, it's the doer again. It's the mind-made self out in the world searching, pushing and pulling on what is, resisting what's already there, which is your true nature. So there's nothing to get and there's nothing to do, and that can seem frustrating. I never got that bit of there's nothing to do. I was like, well, surely I can't just sit here and do nothing. But that's the person, that's the mind-made self saying that. I can't just sit here and do nothing. That's that one sitting here and doing nothing. We're not entertaining that one. We're dropping that one. We're not a person sitting here waiting to get present. We are the presence. We are it already. It's a dropping away of any person getting or doing anything. It's just this right here now, just your natural state of being before you pick anything up. It's just this. Just this present moment as it is. So let's see the difference between a person and just the presence. It's an individual getting something, an individual that's got to get something. Sorry, my voice again. An individual that's got to get something versus who you already are. Contracted, expanded, separate person in the world. Me against everybody else. Me got to get something. I'm not there, other people are. Against. It's just this. It's just this. Before picking up that person. It's that moment in the morning when you wake up. Before the person's constructed. Before you think, I've got to do this, this and this. It's that moment before. It's that awake. Just simply awake. That's it. That moment when you wake up, you're awake. There's a brief moment before the person starts up. That's it. Just that. I'm sure we've all experienced that moment. You wake up, almost don't know what day it is or in it, and you know, you're like, that's it. Because the mind hasn't kicked in with what it needs to do, what it needs to get. So it's that feeling of just awake prior to doing. Just this present moment. Just here, just now. So for me here now, there's no sense of a person. There's nothing to get. There's no agenda. There's nobody to wake up. I don't have to wake you up. I'm just doing this video in case it helps somebody. That's it. It's just what's happening. If I had an agenda, there'd be something to get, and it'd be the person that would have picked up the idea of doing a video. So can you see how we adopt a person that's got something to get? So it's about having no point of view, no agenda. No agenda to wake up, because you don't need to. You're already awake. And all those teachers tell you that. All those teachers out there, all those brilliant teachers that are pointing all the time and we watch, they're all telling you you're already it. There's nothing to do. And it's frustrating because it's the mind, it's a separate person, wants to get something. So it thinks it won't get anything from not doing. But it's dropping that separate person. And let's have a look at dropping that separate person again, in case I can help. The separate person is the doer. The separate person is the something to get, who's not whole. I'll be all right once I get something. It's just a mechanism. It's a habit. Nothing wrong with it. We're not fighting the mind. It's useful. But we just don't need it for this, because you already are it. So it's the allowing, the resting back, nothing to get. And it's very much, there's not a contracted state of a person. There is just open sea of awareness. You are aware. There's no denying that. So you are aware. Let's just stick with that. You're aware. You're aware of the sights and sounds appearing. You're aware of the breeze. You're aware of the sound of my voice. You're aware of other sounds, birds, aeroplanes, leaves rustling. You're aware. You're aware of the space in the room. You are aware. There's no denying. Just stay with the aware. That's it. Because you don't need the mind to be aware. You're just aware. It's just what you are. And that is your natural state of being, prior to picking up the person and doing anything. You're just aware. Just this. Just your natural state of being. And the being, you're just being. It's not a person, contracted being. You are just being. You are just this present moment, with nothing else. And it feels in the body that you rest back, that you allow, you open up, because you're not contracted, you're open. You're just being, right here, right now, just this present moment. I know I'm repeating, but there's nobody here to get. It's just, we need to hear the something that needs to hear the words over and over again to drop the separate person. The awareness just is, you already are that. And that separate person that contracted you doesn't need to be picked up. It's as if we pick them up and we wake up in the morning and off we go. We pick up the separate person and off we go. That's what it feels like. But actually, we can just be, just practice in the morning when you wake up. Before the mind decides what it's got to do today, what it needs to get. It's all, you can just you can taste the, you can sense that separate person is not whole. It's searching, it's looking, it's got to get. I need to get it. I just want that feeling. I want the bliss. I want the want. Because it feels separate. Because it is. But you are not. You're not that. You're this. Just this. Prior to the separate mind. So it's that awake. You simply awake. That state of you wake up. You're awake. I am is a really good exercise which I talk about. Who am I? I am. You simply am. You simply, there's no words to add on. It's not the separate person saying, I am this, I am that. It's adopting the contracted view of who you are. This is the expanded view. You just are. I am. And you rest as that. I am. Just this. And you rest with the nothing that comes after the I am, the complete nothing. You just rest with that. There's no actually you resting, it just is. I am. So there's no separate person resting, it's just resting. There is just resting. There is just amming. I am. There's just that. Yeah, that's my biggest tip, to just rest with that sense of allowing and the practice of I am. Not there's anybody practicing anything. Okay, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.